Good afternoon, YouTubers. Got a little treat today. Well, a treat for me. I waited 7 months for this air rifle on pre-order from DAI Leisure UK. And you haven't already guessed, it looks like an SLR. It looks like a FN FAL. It's being marketed as a replica SLR by Enfield. Or is it? Is it an SLR replica? I've aged mine just a little to make it look a little bit more sort of battle hardened and worn, and yeah, I think it looks okay. It's come out a bit better. A little bit of wirwool, and put a genuine SLR sling on it, and the metal parts are metal parts that should be aluminium and steel, and the foregrip and the stock is plastic. So yeah, they've done a fantastic job of making a working steel BB replica air rifle. Like I say, first impressions, it looks like a bit like an SLR, but it also looks more, I think, like an FN FAL. The Enfield L1A1 has got this weaver rail attached to the top cover, and I've seen similar on some FALs, but I've never seen it on an SLR. Although some SLRs back in the day, they did have a small scope fitted, like a suit scope, but that they were fitted to the actual original genuine top cover, which was rounded, and the actual arm was used to actually weld a little rail to hold the suit scope on it. Also, the pistol grip, that's not like it's not like an SLR, and it's not like an FAL, to be honest, either. What else? Breech bolt. Yeah, so we flip it round. The breech bolt, that's just like, well, similar to an FAL. It does lock back, and you can release it as well. But on an SLR, it folded flat, so it also wouldn't catch on sort of webbing or your uniform. So that's another tick for the FAL box. What else? What else? Oh yeah, the rear sight. It's not like an SLR. Similar-ish with a flip-up peak to an FAL, but if anyone knows an SLR, they would actually have a sight that would flip up, and you can actually dial up and down for your distances. And the foresight as well on an SLR, it actually had a hole in it, which is more like an FAL. So that's more like another strike to the FAL camp. What else? Trying to think now. All fire select switch. Yeah, the SLR, it was only semi-automatic. There was no fully automatic option on it, whereas this has got a three-way selector like an FAL, and also this selector switch is more similar to an FAL. An SLR, it looks like a little dog leg on it, but it only had 2 selections on it. So yeah, that's another strike towards the FAL. So I think it's more of an FAL, to be honest. The magazine release, it's not like, there you go, it's just there. It's not like an FAL, and it's not like an SLR either. So that's like neither, to be honest. It's got the standard folding bog roll handle on there. That's like an SLR and FAL. I blacked out the Lee Enfield Brothers in Arms a little bit because it's bright white and it just didn't look right. So I blacked that out as well, just to hide that a bit. The similarities. Oh yeah, handguard. So looking on the handguard, yeah, this SLR had 2 slots on it to shake out any sort of dust and bit of heat distribution. But the FAL had 3 slots in it. So that is a tick in the SLR box for that. So, but all in all, I'll be honest, it's fantastic. I think it's really good. It's built well. It's good quality. It's metal where it should be metal, and it's plastic where it was plastic on the original. It's a mix of the iconic FAL and SLR. Back during the Cold War, they were known as the right arm of the free world, and I'm very pleased with it, very happy with it. It's a bit sort of wet and cold out there, so I'm not going to shoot it today, but I will take it out and give it a blast when it warms up a bit. But yeah, fantastic, looks good.
This is the new .30 rifle, which will soon become part of the British Army standard equipment. Known as the FN, the rifle can be used for single shots or as an automatic. The FN, which is of Belgian design, is about 7.5% heavier. But for ease of operation and for speed of stripping, it leaves all its rivals standing. Stoppages are rare due to its simple mechanism. Costing about £30 each, the FN is twice as expensive as the Lee Enfield.
Thank you. Moving down Divis Road. The area is quiet at the moment, over. Go around the clock tower and back round the other side of the city centre and up Grosvenor Road. Do you know the route I mean? 0, this is Alpha 84, Falls Road, over. 0 Rogers, Golden Zero.
With England barely out of sight, the 2,000 men soon found out this was to be no cruise. The Royal Marines and paratroopers are proud of their fitness, and during the next few weeks they're not going to be allowed to lose it.
All right, 2 there.
The promenade deck of Canberra had never seen passengers take their exercise like this before. Weapons drill, too, is a regular activity. These men are going through their paces with a self-loading rifle, the infantryman's standard weapon.
And carry on firing.
Despite the vigour and the confidence of the British troops, it was a close-run victory. The length of the supply line and the need to defend it strained the Navy greatly. It could have gone the other way. At the end, it was a case of whose nerve broke first.
Mrs. Thatcher, just back from telling the Commons, was exuberant.
Prime Minister, we have a microphone here. Just wonderful news. And it's Great Britain. Marvellous forces, every single one of them. It's just been everyone together. And that's what matters. We knew what we had to do. We knew what we had to do.
How do you feel about our
And we went about it and did it.
Do you think the ceasefire will hold, Prime Minister?
I believe so. I believe so. There's still 1 or 2 things. Just listen to everyone. I must go down and talk to them.